I was asked by Code Red to give you guys a nice little testimony so you guys can see who I am, where I come from, and why I have the faith that I have. So, I was thinking many times, like, what should I say to these guys? You know, I don't know how to reach out and pour my heart up for these guys so they can fully understand me in just 15 minutes. I couldn't figure it out. I'm in the middle of work just thinking, so pretty much I decided to start off with this. The way I was born is pretty much, I'm considered a miracle baby, per se. My mother, when she married my dad, she was 18 years old. And she was still living in DR and everything. She had her trip ready to come to the United States, but, you know, she wasn't quite ready to give birth over there. She's like, no, I want my son, my child, to be born over there. If he's born here, we're gonna have a lot of problems with the papers. We can't do it. So she was taking birth control pills. Young ladies, birth control pills has very horrible side effects. And my mom received one of them. When she went to the doctors told her she couldn't have any more babies, ever. So think about it. She was trying to not have a baby for a small period of time, and then she ended up getting the news that she couldn't have a baby at all. So you might want to think about that. So, long story short, she went to a charismatic mass here in the United States. Anybody know what that is? A charismatic mass? There we go, there we go. I don't usually call it a charismatic mass. I call it like Catholics gone Baptist, honestly. Because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. So she went to this mass, and pretty much at the end of it, she was in there praying, asking God to forgive her, asking God that she really wanted a child. She wanted to give birth. She wanted to be healed. At the end of the mass, the priest was going down a list of people that had afflictions and saved my mother for last. You know what he told her? You may not know this yet, but you're already 3 months pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
7 months after that, I popped out.
Amen.
I am living proof of this. And to add to that, 4 years later, my little brother comes out. 3 years after that, my other little brother comes out. So who's not to say that there is no God? Who's not to say that? Nobody can say that, right? All right then, well, unfortunately, as I got older, I started saying that. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I was going down the wrong path. Things wasn't going the way I wanted to because I thought, this is the life I need to be living. I don't want to live the life the church tells me I should live. I want to go hang out with my friends when I want to hang out with my friends. I want to go to parties when I want to go to parties. I don't want to listen to my mother. I don't want to listen to her. I don't want a priest telling me, you're wrong. I don't want that. I want to do what I want to do. I want to go out there. I want to just have a million girlfriends and do all these different things with them because that's what's going to make me feel like a man. That's what I was thinking. Then one day, I just fell flat on my face. I fell and I couldn't get back up. I wasn't on the football team anymore when I used to play. I lost my girlfriend. I wasn't even living in my mother's house. I was living with my father. And I just felt destroyed. I'm like, how could this be happening to me? How could it be happening? How can I turn this around? Why is this happening? Then I started recognizing the signs and hearing God's voice. Want to know how I knew it was God's voice and how I knew it was His signs? Because I was exposed to them when I was young. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to be in church. I was like, Mom, I want to go to Hallelujah. That's what I called the church. I didn't care what the priest was saying. I couldn't understand him. I was a child. All I knew is it was the house of God and that's where I wanted to be. And even though I fell away, that imprint was inside of me because God said, no, I'm not letting you fall. You were baptized under my name. And then under my name, I'm going to bring you back home. So that's why I have the faith that I had today, because God saved me. I fell into a hole. I couldn't find a way out. I was in the dark. And God just said, come to me. Come to me. So that's when I started. And I'm like, you know what, God? I'm here. What do you want me to do? Then I met that man right there with the camera in his hands in the youth group. This dude, an artist, he's been writing since he was a little kid. and all these things. And I started hanging out with him because I was always into music. I used to write music a lot. In 6th grade, we used to have rap battles in the cafeteria with people banging on the tables. For some of those who know what that is when you make a beat on the table and then people just start going at each other with raps. And one day he just comes up to me with this idea. He's like, I'm trying to start this thing called All Is Love, and I want to put you under me. And I'm like, what's that about? He's like, well, it's like a multimedia company. We do music, we do artwork, we do all these things, and we try to inspire people to love. We try to inspire the people. This is what we need. We need a community, people to work together. We need people to love each other, which is, you want to know the definition of love? Sacrifice, trust, unconditionally. That's what that is. And then I'm like, but I don't like that kind of music. Would it work? Would God and music really work? He's like, listen to this guy. Showed me Lecrae. Listen to that guy. Showed me Andy Mineo. Listen to that guy. I heard Trip Lee. Then I heard his music. And I saw all the popularity he was getting from doing it. At first I was doing it for the popularity. Then I had a revelation. Because since I was chasing the popularity, I wasn't getting it. Because that's the reason why I was doing it. And I wasn't getting it. Once I started doing it for the glory of God, next thing you know, I'm here. I am here for you guys, and I'm gonna put a great performance for you guys. Y'all hope you guys ready. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for some music?
Are you ready?
All right, but if y'all ready for some music, make some noise.